Or okay, there we go. So the heaviest update I would say is the working summit. While I have the one-page overview for the department heads and SSJ and ISJ and ACLU in draft, the Land Foundation is doing their tweaking and editing to it, but they say it should be ready by next Friday.
Okay.
I can also say to you that I don't know, you may not, Bonnie knows, but Tariq doesn't know. Jerome Harris was my partner in the Working Summit campaign. He was the NJ BIC chairman of the board and ISJ chairman of the board and SSJ board. He's just my mentor, you could say, and my partner. He's in South Carolina, retired right now, playing grandpa. And I told him, because he asked me, where are we with the status of it, an update. And as you know, we're editing the one pager. And I have asked him already to be the keynote speaker if we have this. And he said, yeah. I also asked him to be part of the initial meeting, meaning that once this one pager is done, I'm going to be calling a meeting with everybody involved, the AG's office, the New Jersey Supreme Court, DOC, parole, JJC if possible, police if possible, and us and all of that, right? To have a kind of once over with it and say, are we going to do this with the ombudsman's office and stuff like that? I have tentatively set that date for August 8th at 11 a.m. And Jerry says he will be on that call. And probably representatives or Charles or Ryan themselves will be, but these are very important figures because the advocates kind of have to agree almost before the state departments, right? So we do have that set up. Now, in terms of this committee attending that meeting, that means that your intention to attend that meeting is to represent your agency in the working summit and on this planning committee. So if you don't want to help with the work or whatever, and I do most of it, Return to Citizens needs a space there, American Friends, you needs a space there, and the other ones I mentioned, ICLU and them. So your purpose to be in there in that August 8th meeting is that. It's not to sit there and observe. It's that you're an integral part of the planning committee. You'll be represented on the planning committee, and we'll decide together moving forward how that works, which would possibly be monthly meetings, maybe once a month or bi-monthly, because a lot of the work could be done in between Zoom meetings where we're just checking off the boxes and things. What are you going to do, DOC? What are you going to do, AFC? Whatever, right? So that's kind of like what the commitment will be. And it just seems, for me, it seems scary because, we're in so many silos now and we've gone so far, yet we've not gone far at all. But, I'm just scared that way. But at the same time, there was nothing 20 years ago. And it was the same, different kind of scared because we was on our own. But it still happened. So I still want to keep going until they knock us down. And that's all we could do, right?
And this pulls some of the silos together.
That's the intent.
Yeah.
So that you're going to keep doing what you do in phone justice land and second chance land, but at least we'll have a central map for New Jersey historically to continue and advance the reforms and just status check from what we've achieved or not 20 years ago.
So I think I'm going to have, I think I've said to you before, I think I'm going to have at least 2 interns. And their responsibilities will be, from the inside out on parole violations and this.
So remember too that, and now Tariq, this is important to you, that if we do go forward, the deal breaker was that we get inmates, prisoners from one of the 3 prisons, Northern, Rahway, or Trenton, and that the commissioner has to give us one of those prisons. And then you, Chino, and whoever is going to tell me in that prison, this is who I want in that room. You understand? And I'd like for because Returning Citizens has already entrance, you could say, in some limited way to the prisons, whatever prison that is, I'd like for one of you to be represented in those dialogues with the prison help groups or whatever they call them, or the group that we create. That somebody from Returning Citizens would be in there. And Bonnie, for you, Efrain is both. So he could be one if that was an intern you
So,
wanted to.
you know, as it happens, he's getting a full-time job. So we may all be deprived of him. But
Yay!
so when he told me, it's like, I don't know whether to dance or mourn.
Dance
Who
for
was
sure.
that? Who was that?
Efren McCardo.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He's been interning at AFSC, and he's just been
Right.
he's been wonderful.
Oh my God, I can't even. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the update for that. A quick little housekeeping update. I don't think that we're saying anything I'm thinking of keeping the recordings as a record of these conversations. Certainly if we have sensitive things to discuss, we could stop recording, but to have the generic kinds of conversations and agenda for like minutes, but have the recording now that we have this technology. And it helps somebody fly through making the minutes if they weren't here, which is exactly what Tom is going to do now. So I always said that I would delete after, but I'm considering keeping them. And I hope that's okay with at least you two for now. Okay.
Yep, no problem.
There's still go back and forth with the Attorney General's office about that arrest dashboard. So to be continued, but Marlena, and I'm not, I'll look at the notes to remember who else was going to go to us with that meeting. The CCRB update, I don't have it. I thought somebody from the ¿cómo se llama? New Jersey Police Reform Committee would be here, but they're not here today, so we're going to table that. We're going to table parole reform because Tony's in Puerto Rico, right? But I did get a report from Alicia Hubbard, who is an assistant public defender, I believe, but the report she talked about when she visited us in that committee meeting, she did send me, so I'm going to be forwarding that to us. Do you have any, Bonnie, updates on Second Chance and JPJW?
No, I think they're still, as far as I know, they're still tinkering with language.
Okay, well then, Supreme Court Judge Glenn Grant wants to be part of the working summit should that happen, and there is some activity with my executive director Jessely in some meetings that they're having, and there'll be something that I'll be working on later. I also, the Phone Justice Coalition did not meet, but the one thing last thing I want to alert us to right now, until you might have something, Tariq, do you want to say anything? Do you want to report anything since we're recording from your end?
No, I know that Second Look New Jersey is having an event in Jersey City this Sunday at Mount Pisgah Baptist Church. I think it's 254 Forest Ave or 354 Forest Ave. And that's, JM is Cali. So they're doing something to meet and greet the lawmakers or whatever. So I know that's this Sunday at 11:30.
Okay, so we'll get that in these notes, and I guess we'll hear an update the next time they meet, right, Bonnie?
Right.
Yeah.
The one thing I want us to be really careful of is that, and I'm going to share the screen real quick here. Where did it go? I think that's it. No, that's not it. Hold on. Let me get it back up. I got an email this morning from Police Reform, and the email asked me to, here it is. Okay, let me share. The email asked me to sign on to a letter. How do I get this back up? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, the email is asking me to sign on to a letter or land or whatever about Housing Fair Housing Act. It sounds really good about arrest and conviction histories and things like that. But I get it today from this guy named Eric, who I don't know, out of Chicago, blah, 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 right? So with that said, The problem is that while it sounds good and you would naturally go to sign on, you haven't read anything.
Right.
Right.
You have not seen it. You have not reviewed it. And this is a common freaking practice, not only from Chicago, but certainly from here in New Jersey and
I
certainly.
don't, yeah, I don't touch stuff like that.
Right, the legislature. So I need all of us to, when you see that kind of stuff, if possible, say, look, that's not appropriate. You can't give us an email the day of that's due 5 o'clock that day.
Right.
And we have to kind of like echo that in all of this, especially because of the silos. This is kind of really what I wanted to close with, because it's just too damn common, and we might be missing, we might be missing the boat because it could have been good, but if we don't see it, that's not okay.
Right.
You can't
If
review
I
it.
can't read it, and I can't feel it, it's not okay.
Or read between the lines, as long as
Right,
it's not like
right.
50 pages long too. You know how some of that stuff goes, but I just want us to get into that healthier practice about, as much as I would love to, I don't have that kind of time. Look at, he's driving. I just finished driving. We be in the car. We don't be sitting in front of our computers 24/7.
Right. I appreciate you raising it, Cookie.
No worries. So that's what I have. Do you have anything, Bonnie? Because I'm kind of done and it looks like he's parked getting ready to.
Yeah, no, not really. There's a Board of Trustees meeting for Edna tomorrow morning.
Does
So
Victoria join you?
Huh?
Does she join you in those meetings?
Who?
Victoria? Q?
Very often she does.
Okay, because if she does, just you can give her the update about the working summit. Say
Okay.
we're still trying. We might have a tentative meeting for August 8th at 11 a.m. It'll be a Zoom meeting. If that's the case, she'll know as soon as we clear the one pager, easy reading.
Yeah, if I had the one page, I would make it known anyway to the group. But I think I
Not
would
to
like
the group. No, not to the group.
not to the Board of Trustees.
No, to the commissioner.
Okay, well,
She
there's no
would
way to
be-
have a one-on-one conversation with her on the Zoom.
Okay, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I hear you then. But she'd be the representative on the
Yeah.
working summit, or
sure.
her designee, not
Right.
all wardens or whatever. You see the difference? Terry would be the ombudsman guy or one person of his selection. Bonnie would be the person or the proxy that she might sends, which means if you're sending Ephraim, just making up the name, when he comes back to you, he has to tell you what happened. He's
Right.
there representing you and bringing you back the information, because this is really intense stuff, the working summit kind of thing.
Got it.
Got it? Okay, it is 5:50. I might even get
Amazing.
Yeah.
No, this was a summertime meeting.
Yes, it was, because everybody's out partying and I cannot hate. I cannot hate on them. But I love you too. Thank you for
Cookie.
taking the time out. And
A big hug, Altariq.
every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, wait. We have to change the date. Because the first Wednesday is the Land Steering Committee meeting, and they only meet once a month on Wednesdays, the first Wednesday. So that's what happened to the last Wednesday, along with some other things. But we have to change this date to a new time. Do you have better? Thursdays are out because of returning citizens, for sure.
Yeah.
Better time for you every other week, Bonnie?
Is there, are you changing the day or the time?
The day.
Tuesdays
and Thursdays. Well, Tuesdays seem better for me. Monday's going to conflict with police reform.
Yeah, Monday is I'm not able to. Tuesday, I also think that's all right, but let me look at no, Tuesday is not good. Thursday is okay.
Thursday's bad for returning
Bad,
citizens.
yeah. Oh, that's right.
Is Tuesdays good for you, Rick?
Tuesdays should be good.
At
My
the same
schedule is
time?
flexible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
At
not
5
in stone yet, but
at
Right.
5:30?
Tuesdays should be
because
good.
some people are working.
Right.
Right, okay. I'll do my best.
Okay, and it's not in stone, but I'm just heads upping you guys, and then I really want to let you go before 6 o'clock. I love you.
All right,
Take
Cook.
care.
Love you too.
All right,
Okay.
love
All
you
right.
guys.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bonnie,
Bye.
tell my aunt I said I love her. You see her tomorrow at the meeting.
Take
Did she
care.
jump off?
Everybody?
Yeah.
What?
My aunt Kathleen, if she's at the board of trustees meeting,
Oh, yeah,
tell her I
yeah,
love her.
yeah. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yep.
I'll tell her I saw you and you love her.
Yep. Exactly.